Man, what a freaking game, dude. So unfortunately, I did kind of spoil myself, and I kind of knew like what all the puzzles were. A lot of people were saying that the game kind of overstays its welcome. I don't really see that. I think that it was a perfectly well paced game. I love the mix up between the 3D and the 2D puzzles, and having that. I will say the only downside of this game is that I wish that they push the sort of 2D, like getting pushed out of the book concept even further. And I think they can probably touch upon that in the sequel, if they ever do plan on doing a sequel with Time Tim and all that stuff. Um, and again, it's not that it needs a sequel, and it's a pretty much well contained story, and it's really sweet that it's like, man, like this kid was inspired by the book, and he ended up creating books of his own. Like I love that. I love that little story element there. But if they want to push the gameplay concepts further, I really wish that they did because I feel like the whole 3D 2D thing. Like I feel like there could be a lot more puzzles just with that element. It felt like the 2D sections were very disconnected from the 3D sections, and it's like, okay, now it's time to go in the 3D world part of the chapter. Like every chapter had like a 2D section and then like a 3D section, and there wasn't a whole lot of intermingling. So I would say that's the only thing. Unlike Rift Apart, this game has an infinitely better soundtrack, and I love the soundtrack. Again, it's invoking Nintendo. Again, a lot of this game was inspired by Zelda, and even 3D Mario in some cases, and maybe even like like Sackboy or the Little Big Planet games and Yoshi's Woolly World and things like that. So I mean, yeah, just overall a fantastic game. Puzzles were a little simple again, but like I said, the gameplay was just amazing and fun and enjoyable. And I mean, again, I platinumed it just like I did Rift Apart, so that was really fun to do as well. All the puzzles were pretty clever. But again, like I said, I kind of wish that they were next game they kind of pushed the boundaries with the 2D 3D symmetry there. Um, Other than that, again, like I said, I just had a lot of fun playing this game. Even though I've kind of already spoiled myself when I watched the Let's Play of this game, I wanted to play it so bad because it just looked fun to play, and that's exactly what I got. And that's the best thing I can describe is that it was just fun, and I love it. Unlike Rift Apart, which was a 7 out of 10, this was 100% a 9 out of 10 for me. Again, I wish that they were pushed the concepts a little bit further, but leaves room for a sequel, so I'm pretty excited about that. I've been waiting for this game for so long, and again, I wasn't like really left disappointed by it because again, I would say that it met my what's the word? It met my like what how I forgot what the word is. I'm losing my mind. It was like, okay, this is what I think the game is going to be, and that's how the game ended up being, which is fine. So sometimes you just need a nice little romp in the middle of your year and in between big games, and that's exactly what we got here. So that's pretty much it. 9 out of 10 for this game. It was a lot of fun to check out. And I was like, I honestly thought like Devin was going to do a review of this game, but I'm going to do the review because man, I was as soon as Hylian mentioned this to me, like I was stoked and I was over the moon and I was so excited because that concept of being pushed out of the book and into the real world was so interesting to me. And I again, I wish they pushed that further. That's all. I keep saying that over and over again, but the game is great. Don't get me wrong. Um, I will say they definitely need to release a patch. So hopefully they release a patch soon because I fucking soft locked the game so many times, and again, I'm gonna be mad at the developer for that. That's of my own incompetence. So eventually they'll have to fix it at some point. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe.